Hi everybody, welcome back to 100% Mags. So Newcastle United played Aston Villa tonight down in Villa Park, and of course the scoreline ended up in Aston Villa's favour, with Aston Villa coming away with a 2-0 win against Newcastle. Now, going into this game, I did say in my match preview that I thought Newcastle could come away with a win in this game against Aston Villa, of course with them on 3 consecutive defeats in a row. But of course they ended that tonight with the win against us. Now, I've got to say about this game, Newcastle didn't look like the same Newcastle team that played against West Ham or Bournemouth. Obviously the international break caused a little bit of a problem with that, of course. But Newcastle need to buck up their ideas. The way we played tonight was absolutely shambolic. It was just really bad football. John Joe Shelby just hoofing the ball right, left and centre for no apparent reason, not even getting anybody on the end of the balls neither. Maximin was amazing still, just couldn't get himself into the area as much as he would like to. He did get a chance, of course, in the game, but Tom Heaton managed to save that. Miguel Almiron as well just couldn't seem to get going in the game neither. Quite a few runs here and there, but he just couldn't seem to get anything of note to help Newcastle get in the lead. Joe Linton, I thought he was pretty lacklustre in the game tonight. He didn't really show much of a venom up top. He didn't really threaten Tom Heaton in goal for Aston Villa, and that's another thing as well. Tom Heaton in goal for Aston Villa, I thought this guy was supposed to be injured. He picked up an injury in the game against Wolves, and for some reason he's right back in the game against us. I thought Nyland was going to be going in goal tonight, the third choice option for Aston Villa, but of course Tom Heaton was in goal, and I think that might have helped them a little bit as well, having their first choice goalkeeper in goal tonight. But other notes about the game, of course Jack Grealish dived quite a bit in the game tonight. He was on his arse more than he was on his feet, to be honest. It's a joke when a player takes that kind of option in football these days. It's becoming a popular scene in the Premier League. We're seeing a lot of players taking to the floor instead of staying on their feet, and trying to battle their way through. And that's something that Jack Grealish was doing quite a bit tonight. And, I was kind of disappointed that Lee Mason, the referee, of course, his first appointment for this season, wasn't picking up on this. He wasn't doing anything about it. He didn't even give him a yellow card at all for any of the dives that he did in the game. And, of course, both of his dives managed to help Aston Villa get on the lead, and that was of course on the 32nd minute. Aston Villa picked up their first goal. That was through a free kick that of course Jack Grealish dived into the ground won. But of course there was a hand in the back as well from DeAndre Edlin. I'm not going to say that there wasn't, but there was still a dive there, you could see, and Aston Villa took the lead through Conor O'Haran, I believe it is. Correct us if I'm wrong down in the comments below. But the Irishman banged in the goal for Villa, putting them in the lead. Then, of course, he managed to set up Al Jizzy as well for Aston Villa. And he got his goal pretty easy in the game. Villa were 2-0 up heading into half time. We'll come out for the second half, hoping that Newcastle gets something in the game. And we're battling for chances right, left and centre. Nothing's going our way. It's just one of them bad days at the office, to be honest. And we're just going to have to shrug it off, move into the next one. Unfortunately, the next game is Man City, and it is at St James's Park. So hopefully we will be able to try maybe get something in that game. I'm not hoping for much, to be honest, especially since it is Man City. But the next games after that, we do have Sheffield United at Bramall Lane, Southampton at St James's Park, and of course Crystal Palace down at Selhurst Park. So them are some pretty good games where you'd expect Newcastle to get some points on the board. And then of course we've got that Boxing Day fixture against Manchester United. So let us know your thoughts down in the comments below about tonight's match against Aston Villa. And if you like this video, please put the thumbs up. And if you haven't done it yet, please subscribe to the channel as well, as I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers by the end of this year. Until next time, I'll see you all later, and how are the lads?